Hello everyone, today we're going to talk to one of the most prominent power metal drummers in the world, the backbone of Primal Fear, Gamma Ray, the Unity, Michael Ehré. Here you go. Hello Mike, how's it going man?
Hi,
Hey,
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
all is good, perfect. It's rainy weather here, but all is fine, kind of gloomy
Yeah,
a little bit. Thank you
cool.
so much for finding time. I really appreciate it. I assume you're kind of busy right now, with a new record coming out very soon. So thank you a lot. You're in Germany, right?
Right.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
How is it going there? How's the situation?
Speaking about Corona.
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
one of
I
the only
mean,
things everyone speaks about now, right?
yeah. And I know. I mean, I'm living in the North Germany,
Hmm.
and the situation is okay.
Hmm.
I'm in a small town where we don't have any case of corona right now
That's good.
at the moment. So it's a pretty good situation, but still, I mean, you see all the people running around with masks, and they are really careful
Hmm.
and keeping distance to each other. And yeah, it seems that people are all really aware of the situation. And yeah, but I really hope that it's over soon.
Yeah, everyone does. But you are locked up at home, or is it, or you're allowed to go anywhere and everything's
No,
open?
I'm allowed to go.
Okay, that's
I
good.
mean, probably not anywhere because I mean we can't. I'm not sure. Maybe we can leave Germany right now to Austria or
Hmm.
Switzerland or whatever. But I mean, at the moment, there's no need to because all the tours are cancelled,
Hmm.
and so yes, we all stay at home.
Yeah, crazy times, absolutely. How do you think this is going to affect, the entire coronavirus situation? How do you think it's going to affect, the music industry in general and rock one in particular? Especially the live shows. I mean, will we be able to go back to the way it used to be, or is it kind of a new reality we have to adapt to?
I really hope we can go back to where we've been a couple of months ago. Um, but I'm not sure when this will happen. I mean, if that ever will happen, I guess we have to find some kind of medicine
Hmm.
for this. And um, otherwise, I mean, I can't imagine going to a concert with masks or with keeping 1.5 meter distance to each other. I mean,
This
this
would be
is
terrible.
not rock and roll anymore.
That's
Uh,
true.
it's it's really really bad. So, but to be really really honest, I don't see any concerts in this year.
That is true. Yeah, I can kind of agree with you. And this is scary because for me, for example, I'm a live concert guy. Like I cannot say that I love the band or I'm a fan of a band unless I see them live. Because I mean, this is just
Yeah,
natural interaction for me. I'm a little bit more old school, I guess,
yeah.
in this way. And there are talks now in the industry about giving online concerts, and this is going to be our new reality, in support of the new albums coming out, and this is kind of scary. I don't know. Did you guys think of something like that, or?
Yeah, sure, sure. We spoke about that, but we agreed that this is not the way we want to do it
Mhm.
because I mean, at the beginning, it was a nice idea when it started with the virus. Then when the first bands immediately started to record their concerts at home or
Mhm.
the split screen with screens in one, and everybody was recording themselves at home and
Mhm.
putting it together. It was nice, but right now I think after all these weeks and months, um, I don't like to see that anymore.
It's
It's
true.
not the same.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not the
absolutely.
same. And the really big problem is that you have to know that nowadays, as a band, it's really hard to survive, because I mean, in days of Spotify and online streams and downloads and everything, you don't sell any CDs anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, that means you don't earn money with your music. You only have the chance to make money and to keep the band running by playing live, by playing concerts in front of the people, selling your merch. I mean, okay, we can still sell merch, but this is not the same. I mean, if you know that if you go to a concert and you like the band, you support them by buying their shirt or whatever. And you know the situation. Sometimes you go to a concert, exactly. You know what I mean? Just because somebody said, "Hey, come on, let's go. There's a concert tonight. Let's go and check out the band."
I saw so many bands like that.
You recognize, hey, this band is perfect, and you become a new fan. I mean, I can't see this. I can't see this in online things, because you don't have the same energy, and the interaction between the people and the band is completely gone. Remember any sing-along parts in some some songs? It's
headbang in your living room.
So then you have the problem. If you do that, your sing-along part, you have this latency.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a mess. It's really a mess. And I really think that a lot of people won't survive this. I mean, not because killed or something, but you know what I mean. I mean, a lot of bands and a lot of engineers, a lot of technicians, stagehands, rental companies for stages or for PA systems, they won't survive it.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to pay the bills. I mean, those still rolling in, and if you don't have any source of income, it's really hard. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't even buy something to eat if you don't have money. I mean,
true. Unfortunately,
the basic things.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, talking about live tours, and you know, in general, you joined Primal Fear when last summer, was it? Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, last.
So you had a chance to tour a little bit with the band. Unfortunately, you know, not this summer. Most likely, it's not going to happen this summer. But you had a chance, you know, to go on the road with a band for a little bit already. How do you think was the vibe? I mean, was it hard to get used to the new crew, or was it seamless transition?
No. It was not hard. I mean, it was not a tour. It was just a handful of
shows,
festivals in the summer. Cool festivals. We played the very first show I played was Rockfest Barcelona, which is a huge festival. You know,
it's a good one to play first.
From there, yeah, it's. But you know, I knew the guys from the Fear, except for Alex Bayrod, who I met before, but I was not that close to him before. But Tom and Matt and Ralph I knew already, because we were on tour, different band. Primal Fear, I was with Metallium back, when was it, 2005. I played the German band called Metallium, and we've been together on tour with Primal Fear. That was the first time I met the guys.
Yeah.
And later on, the first tour with Unity we did in 2017 with our first album was with Sinner. And so, you know, Sinner is Matt Sinner, and Tom Naumann was there in the band. Ralph wasn't, but I mean, Ralph is also was the first vocalist for Gamma Ray, and he joined Gamma Ray for a couple of shows a couple of years ago. So it was not that hard to come into the band, and also the crew very nice. Some people I knew, some people were new, but no problem at all.
Oh, that's great.
Very cool.
Great to hear. I'm happy you did that, right? And do you have any favorite songs already to play? Or I mean, I assume you knew some before you joined the band, right? I mean,
Yeah,
because
sure.
you were hanging out with the
Actually,
guys already. Right, so me and Michael got interrupted here, and in order to smooth the video transition, I actually decided to insert another one, asking you to subscribe for the channel and support all the work that we're doing. Thanks a lot, and back to the video.
I was a fan of the band when the first album came out at the end
Mhm.
of the 90s
Mhm.
back then, and I really loved their first three albums, and then I followed their career, but not that intense like I did for the first albums. But still, I guess the most of the stuff that we played live, I knew before. There was no problem for me. So there are a couple of songs that I really love. I mean, there's something like Chainbreaker, which is a classic.
Mhm.
A lot of songs from the first album were some of my favorites.
Okay.
And there's a lot of stuff I really like to play, and I'm really looking forward to play the new stuff from the new album, because I mean, it's obviously the first album I'm on, and so it's the first time that I'm playing my own drums, from the songs. So I'm really, yeah, I really hope it happens someday, but
Yeah, we all do.
I don't know.
That's cool. And talking about Metal Commando, the new album that is coming out this summer, it's the first one since the release, since the return to Nuclear Blast, right, for a band.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, it is kind of a bold decision, to release it right now during the pandemic. I mean, since you can't go on a regular, album promo tour kind of cycle, right? I mean, it gets broken. So why did you decide to go through with the release right now and not wait until the lockdown is over?
I think that when the decision was made to release the album, and when the machine started rolling with promo and everything,
Mm-hmm.
I think it was too late.
Mm-hmm.
To stop it again, because it was a little bit before this coronavirus really got serious here in Germany,
Mm-hmm.
and when we recognized that it went so bad with the situation, I think it was too late to stop it again and to say, okay, we skip we skip it, because I mean, there's also a lot of money involved with the promotion and everything, and the next thing is that nobody can tell you when it's over. I mean, when I tell you that I'm thinking that we won't play any shows this year, then it's my opinion, but it doesn't mean that it has to be this way, because in Germany, every 2 weeks they give us new how can you say, new state of things.
Yeah, yeah.
What I
New
mean?
announcements and postponing things, yeah, all the time.
Yeah, and the new things that we can do, that we are allowed to do, and new shops that can be open. Since today, I guess we are allowed to go to the swimming. How is the name? To go swim again.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
For me, it's strange, but okay, if they decided, fine, why not? But so I guess every way you do it, it's some kind of wrong, because if you say, okay, we skip the release now and wait until it's over, then we have to add another 3 months to this point, because of the time it needs to promote an album and to bring it out. It's not that you can say, okay, now the situation is better, it's better, next week we release it, because all the magazines and everybody needs the album at least 2 months before to listen to it and to give their votes for the sound checks and everything. So it's a bad situation.
Yeah, it's kind of gambling, yeah, in a way.
Yeah.
So did you have a chance to, get together in a studio and work on the album together, or did you work remotely on it?
You have to know that the band is, compared to other bands I was playing in, or I'm playing with, are really good. This band, Primal Fear, is really good organized. And when I joined the band, they were in the middle of the songwriting process.
So I didn't have the chance to except for my drumming, to bring in my ideas. Although they told me your ideas are welcome for the next album, whatever, for this future, because I'm also writing songs. And but for this time it was not possible because they had tons of ideas, and so it was not necessary for me to bring in ideas. And I was not happy, but it was okay for me because back in that time when I joined the band, we were in the middle of the songwriting and producing process for the Unity album, Pride.
Yeah.
So that took a lot of time for me because I'm kind of producing the album and the band and everything. So I was, let me say, I was okay with this situation because otherwise it wouldn't have been twice as much work for me.
Yeah, I can
So they sent me the material to prepare for the studio, and then I went to Denmark to the studio last year in November, I guess it was November, and played the drums.
Okay.
So that was my job.
Okay, that's good. So over the next time you'll be able to already bring in new stuff, especially since I love the Unity, the second album you guys released. I think it was really solid. It was very coherent, and I enjoyed it a lot. So I'm looking forward to hearing your input in the other bands as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. The next question was kind of tricky, right? I was going to ask you about the second single, whether you're going to release it, and when, prior to the album, and you just dropped the news, I mean, literally just yesterday, that the next one is going to be on June 16th, I think, right? I'm Alive from the next from the next album. Is it going to be is it going to be similar to the first single? Is it going to be also a killer, power metal song, or it's more of a ballad? What can we expect?
No. It's not similar to the first one because the first one was kind of a mid-tempo stamping machine song, and the upcoming song "I'm Alive" is an up-tempo song.
Okay.
It's a little bit faster with lots of double bass, but still it's power metal, of course. I mean,
yeah, I would be surprised if you do something else.
it's not a ballad, so I mean, I guess we have a cool ballad on the album, but I guess it would be not the best decision to bring out a ballad as a single, as something to promote your new album when you are a power metal band. You know?
All right, yeah, makes sense. And actually, I'm looking forward to hearing, you working together with Matt Sinner, on the rhythm section, right? Because, it is going to be really, really interesting, especially on the upper, tempo song that you mentioned. Do you think there is a synergy between you? I mean, did you guys, kind of click it already with Matt?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, when Matt called me and asked me, "Hey man, are you interested in joining Primal Fear?" And I said, "Yeah, of course." And then they invited me for an audition together with 3 other drummers. And when we played together, I mean, it was from the beginning, it was really cool. I mean, I was well prepared, okay, but it was not a big problem for me because I knew the songs before and I love the songs, as I said. I mean, a song like Chainbreaker, I don't need to rehearse it because I have it in my blood, in my mind, everything, right? So we surely immediately felt that there was something going on in the room where we played together, but not only between Matt and me, but also with the whole band. So I mean, one member in the band has to play good with all the band members. Not only the rhythm section has to be good on its own, because I mean, in the end, also guitars play rhythm.
Absolutely, yeah.
And even the singer is singing in a rhythmical way. So in the end, it's all about playing good together.
It's true. And if you can characterize Metal Commando in just a couple of words, how would you describe it?
I think that Metal Commando, it has a real cool freshness in the sound and the songwriting. You shouldn't expect Primal Fear to be very experimental.
They haven't been ever.
That means you shouldn't expect some funk or fusion scenes or something. It's still power metal, and it always will be power metal, and I love that. And I guess, yeah, if you're a fan from Primal Fear, I guess you won't be disappointed.
That's great. And actually, that's what I love about Primal Fear, that they do not deviate from, from the original style much. And you know what you get, and you love it. If you're a fan, you're going to be happy with it. That's great.
Absolutely. When I'm listening to a band that I like, they try to be modern, or I don't know. How old are you?
I'm 31.
31.
Yeah.
Back in the days, just 20 years ago, when this when the grunge thing started, a lot of metal bands were killed by the grunge scene.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm older. I'm 48, so I was really in that time. It was. I really experienced this, and I remember this very well, because in my a lot of my friends who were listening to metal like I did, all of a sudden, from one day to another, they gave away their vinyls. Back then it was still vinyl, from Iron Maiden and everything. I said, "Hey man, what's up?" "Yeah, we're listening to grunge now." "What?" "Yeah. But what's wrong having your Iron Maiden's albums at home?" "No, I don't like this." From one to another, what is this? And back then, a lot of bands died because of this. They had to split up because no one bought their records anymore. But some bands went through this bad situation, a bad period, because grunge was earlier. It was in the beginning of the 90s, when I remember correctly, 92, 93, 94, something like this. But it was gone again.
Yeah.
After 3 years or something.
Yeah, it's temporary. Yeah.
So I remember that, for example, a band like Mötley Crüe, which I always was a fan of, brought out an album with another singer.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
His album was cool, but it was not Mötley Crüe.
Yeah.
So what's that? And because I tell you this because I think that if you're a fan from a band, you don't want to be disappointed by experiments from your favorite band.
Absolutely.
You want to hear what you love.
Yeah.
Okay, there are some examples like Queen. They always did different things, but this is okay. This is okay, and also
it
the
was their
Beatles did.
thing. Yeah.
But I think for most of the bands, this is not possible to do, and so a band should be always aware about what the fans want to hear, and shouldn't try to change their style.
Yeah.
I think it's not good.
I agree with you. I think there is a big difference, between natural evolution of the sound, like Judas Priest. Judas Priest in 1969 and Judas Priest, by the release of Painkiller is completely two different bands, if you think about it, right? But it was a natural evolution of sound, right? They grew with it, and they developed that sound. They owned it, a lot. And this happens to a lot of bands. But when a band simply just switches from style to another to please the today's audience, and it is the only their only purpose is to make money today, I think they're gonna lose their long-term fan base. And I'm a huge vinyl guy. I have a library here you don't see, but I'll show you sometimes, send a picture or something full of vinyls, collecting them still.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Great.
Oh, you can see
Yeah,
vinyl
right.
there. Over there. Yeah, perfect. Thanks a lot. I mean, thank you for sharing this. Now I kind of get a feeling of what Metal Commando is going to be like, and I'm personally excited for it. I'm excited to hear it soon. Yeah, there are a couple of questions from the fans that I did a shout out on the internet about that the upcoming interview with you, and get bombarded with a bunch of questions. So I'm just selected 3 of them, the ones that repeated the most, and I assume the most interesting for the guys, right? For the fans. So the first one is pretty much sums up like this, but how does playing with a smaller band like the Unity, differ from playing with Gamma Ray or Primal Fear, who are, large established bands? Do you get any difference, especially, on stage?
To be honest, on stage, there's no big difference between all the bands because all these bands have a certain quality level. Mm-hmm. I mean, even if Unity is the smallest of the 3 bands, the musicians in the band are really good.
Yeah, they are.
I mean,
yes.
So, but the circumstances are different because, I mean, with Gamma Ray or with Primal Fear, we always have a big crew who helps us setting up the stuff, and with a driver who drives the nightline and everything else. And with Unity, it's all more low budget because we don't. We're not that big
yet
right now.
Yeah.
So yet. I hope, and we hope really that this will change in the future. But you don't have a guarantee for this. But we are doing anything or everything to make it happen because I mean. In the band Unity, except for our singer, we are all about 50 years old, more or less. And what we're doing is really hard because we don't have that luxury of having money to pay our big crew or make the living on the road a little bit more comfortable. It's not possible because the money is not there. But we're doing really everything to make this happen in the future, and we're working hard. We did 3 albums in 3 years. We did a lot of tours and shows and festivals, and we're busy all the time. So I hope this thing will be big in the end.
Yeah,
you never know. So this is the main difference.
All right.
But I mean, because of this, it's not the one thing is not better than the other because I mean. It's always fun because all that matters is the 1.5 or 2 hours on stage. And this is similar. When we play with Unity, the people, they freaking out. And it's the same with Gamma Ray and with Primal Fear. I mean, okay, with Primal Fear and Gamma Ray, we play bigger stages like Barcelona Rockfest. This is also a little bit different, okay? Yeah. But if we play with Unity in a small club in front of 200 people and they're freaking out, it's also very cool. Yeah. For me personally, this is it's not that big difference, In the end, it matters that there's a good vibe between the people and the band, and the band, and that the band is playing a good concert, and that the people like the music. This is all what it's about.
Okay, yeah, perfect, great to hear. And talking about the band on your shirt. Do you have anything planned with Gamma Ray, after the whole pandemic is over? Is there anything? Not really.
I'm the wrong guy to ask because I was not the one who decided to have a break with Gamma Ray. That was obviously it was Kai. It's not a secret because he's playing with Halloween and he's really, really successful. I'm really happy for him because. It's like for him, Halloween was the first real big band he was playing in. It was the first love you had,
And it's still good,
Yeah. And I know that now he's back in the band and he's doing things that they were not allowed to do when they were younger because of their management and everything. So everything is big right now for him. They make a lot of money, they're playing big shows, and they're really, really successful. And I really
I'm happy for the guys.
Mhm.
I know the guys in the band, and I'm happy for Kai and for Michael Kiske and everybody. But on the other hand, it means that Gamma Ray is forced to do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We're on a break. No
Indefinite
one
for
can
now,
tell us for how long.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I decided to join Primal Fear.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't have joined Primal Fear when Gamma Ray was still active because it would collide, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that was I was really happy because Primal Fear is also a really successful band with good musicians with music I love.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is also a fact. You have to remember that if you're making a living of being a musician, it's always better if you do it with music you like. You know,
Yeah.
makes it easier. And so I was really, really happy. And I'm not sure if Gamma Ray will be active again, and in which constellation and when. And I have no idea. I can't tell you anything. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. And the last one is very similar about the other band you used to play with. But again, it has been asked a couple of times. But is there a possibility of Metallium reunion at all, or not really? Yep.
As far as I know, it's not impossible. Let me say it this way. But again, I have no idea in which constellation. But I know that some guys in the band would love to do it. Some guys are maybe a little more skeptic than the other, and I'm not sure. I wouldn't say it will never happen, but I can't tell you right now that it will happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's possible. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
But as I said, I'm not sure who's in the band. I'm even not sure if I will do it. So, yeah.
But there is
We'll
a
see.
possibility. Yeah. All right, that's good. Perfect. I think that's it. That's it for me.
Cool.
And any last message for the fans? Anything you want to share with them?
Yeah. First of all, I want the people to know that we all want to go through this bad situation and get out of this bad situation as soon as possible. And we really, really miss being on tour and being in contact with the fans, especially now with Unity. We have a new album with Primal Fear. The new album comes out in July, and this is really a bad situation. And but in the end, it's all about health, and it's all about being safe. So I want all the fans and all the people out there to stay safe and stay healthy, and take the situation serious. And I think the more we take it serious, the sooner we will get out of it. So this is all I can say at the moment.
Agreed. Thanks a lot, Michael. Have a great day. Thanks.
Cool, Vladislav. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thanks. See ya.